for a Norfolk man. He is working to serve those who serve us all.
Beverly, the retired military member, is ready to serve again, and he's starting with a project that's close to home and his heart. News 3 reporter Kofa Lasaki explains how the community can help.
So he's a retired veteran. He's an Army veteran.
Michael Murray is checking in on his neighbor he now calls a friend.
The first day I got here, I saw him get out of the car and he had his Army hat on. And I went over and spoke to him, and I actually call him Sergeant Major most of the time.
The two men bonded over their military experience. Murray is a wounded warrior who had a lot of time between the wounds and the healing.
In 2012, I was medevaced out of Afghanistan, and I had 2 surgeries, one on my neck and one on my hip. My hip surgery forced me to retire. And from 12 to 14, I went through multiple therapies and addiction issues with opioids, things like that. And so I've kind of lived it, and I lived it alone. And being alone is not the way to do this.
So he got to work and recently created Liberty Organization for Veterans and Emergency Responders. The soon-to-be nonprofit aims to serve those who've served us all.
I've been in those trying times when you get depressed, there's nothing to do. And I think the more of these organizations that there are, the more that we get involved and help each other, the better off we are.
And he's starting his first project very close to home and his heart. Just across the street, Sergeant Major is dealing with a bit of a mess. The longtime retired veteran doesn't have the money to move the fallen tree in his yard that's now leaning on his home after a bad storm.
The soil just went out underneath it and it leaned over, and we started to cut on it, and at this point you can see where it's dropped down.
They tried their best, as you can see, but they're going to need some professional help to get this tree fully removed and off of this house. They're hoping someone can donate their services, and Murray can be reached through his website. It's liberty-ove.com.
He's just a good man. He's a good Christian. I see him, he worked hard all of his life and he needs the help now, so I figured I'd reach out and try to help him.
Getting a fallen tree removed for a veteran is a small first step, but he hopes this is just the beginning of a long journey to once again serve his community. In Norfolk, Kofa Lasaki, News 3.